right, let's get straight into this.
Family members, Christy Shamblin, mother-in-law of Marine Corps Sergeant Nicole G. G, aged 23, was deployed to Afghanistan, where she served as a female engagement team member to help facilitate evacuation support for Afghan women and children. She was killed in a suicide attack along with 12 other service members that day, leaving behind a husband. Christy, thank you so much for being here. Please tell me about Nicole.
Oh, thank you for having me. Nicole was a ray of light. She was an encourager. She believed in having a positive mental attitude, and she was so very proud to be serving on with a FET team in Afghanistan. She was very, very proud to serve there, and they all worked so hard to get the most vulnerable.
By the way, just a quick message. Thank you to everybody who does serve in the military. It's just something that I don't think a lot of us think about on a deep level. Just want to say to anybody that is serving or has served, thank you, okay? Just want to say that before I continue the video. Just an emotion that
Audio Jungle.
Out of that country before, certain death. And we're very proud of her. And we want to continue on her legacy and being encouraging and having a positive mental attitude.
I'm so sorry for your loss, and I'm trying to understand what exactly went on Monday. You wanted the former president there. By the way, I think it's a wonderful thing that he was there. Reflective and honoring our war dead. But it crossed a line at some point. How do you see it?
Swear, bro.
Well, first I want to remind everybody that it's really hard to find a way on August 26th to celebrate, and we want to celebrate our heroes. We invited both President Trump and the Biden-Harris administration, and we didn't hear back from the White House. We were happy to welcome President Trump to lay wreaths with all three of our families.
I'm sorry to stop it, but why don't we talk about that as an issue? Why did they not respond to them to come to this memorial when this decision was made under their administration? No one can argue that point. But we don't want to talk about Kamala Harris and Biden. We want to talk about why Trump went to an event, to a memorial. And y'all want to talk about cameras and a fake altercation.
And some of our wounded from that day. And when he came to Section 60, it was at our request to spend time with our loved ones. There was not a press presence there. We privately took pictures among ourselves. And it was, a more celebratory feeling for that day because, we want to celebrate our loved ones. And it's very hard to find ways to do that at a cemetery. But they were very respectful. We didn't see any altercation. And really, we just want our loved ones to be honored and remembered in a positive way.
So I hear and respect all of that. At the same time, I have to say he should not have used the video that was recorded in TikTok for a campaign purpose.
What is this guy's deal? What's up with all these, what do you call it, passive aggressive stuff that he's saying? Yeah, I appreciate this, but just call it what it is, right? He went there and he went to honor those 13, soldiers.
Can we agree on that?
I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know what it is. But there's no political campaigning that was done at Section 60 that day.
Guy is weird.
Right.
It was a respectful time.
I'm showing what was put on TikTok so that the audience can see it. And I recognize you might not be able to see it. We didn't lose one person in 18 months, says the narration. And then they took over that disaster, the leaving of Afghanistan. We lost 13 great people. I mean, it's got a message of saying, I did right by our soldiers. And
this guy is trying really, really hard to get a viral moment. Look how serious he is. These people are so Trump deranged. They don't even know how crazy they look. You're talking about a president who went to go honor the military, soldiers, fallen soldiers, that he also talks about all the time as far as Trump. He's the one that brings it up. The media doesn't bring it up. And he was invited there, and he went there. And you guys want to talk about cameras and some fake altercation instead of just saying, you know what, this was an honorable and admirable thing that Donald Trump did. I swear it is disgusting that the media can't give Trump one thing that he can do, right? A damn dead clock is right twice a day. Y'all can't give Trump any kind of decency. None. This thing that he did, even if Kamala Harris had done it, there's nothing that I could say for her to go there and honor the troops. But it was her decision and her administration's decision to withdraw from Afghanistan the way they did and leave the mess that they did. And the people died behind that. The real story should not be Trump. It should be the 13 people or the people that died that day. Those people are more important than your Trump deranged syndrome. Those folks, this lady right here is sitting in front of you who lost someone. You should be letting her tell her story about how bad this was and let her cope. You are trying so bad to just say, yeah, Trump was wrong. He did this and that. This lady doesn't give a damn about cameras there. She cares that somebody that's supposed to hold the highest job in the land, even if he was a former president, came to honor someone who's close to her. What does it matter about these cameras? Why wasn't Kamala Harris there?
Biden or Biden and Harris did not. I mean, up until that point, I get it. It's great that he's there. Family members want pictures. Terrific. Take the pictures. Do whatever the family members want. But he shouldn't have put it on TikTok for a political purpose.
But, so many buts. He did this, but he did that, but this propaganda and this media machine is insane.
Well, I just have to go back to, we really just want our kids to be remembered and honored. And it's unfortunate that we can't get that, in other ways.
Thank you.
So we support President Trump and he's supported us.
There you go.
Final question, if I might. Do you worry that the legitimate issue of the way in which we left Afghanistan and the circumstances 3 years ago at Abbey Gate now sort of diminishes as an issue because when people think of Afghanistan, the withdrawal, it'll be the controversy over Arlington instead of a very appropriate focus on the death of those 13. Final thought on that?
What the
I think our media needs to do a better job of focusing on the Afghanistan withdrawal instead of things like this that aren't really relevant or important. I mean, we were very respectful. I understand that they're...
Thank you. We should talk about the real issue of it. You really believe that what happened at this Arlington Memorial is going to actually, no pun intended, trump what happened in Afghanistan? Am I in a twilight zone? Man, this guy's an idiot.
May have been, a little bit of a misunderstanding, but we'd like to take the focus back to, just like you said, let's talk about how we left all the equipment behind. Let's talk about the Americans and the Afghans we left behind. Let's talk about the people we brought over that weren't vetted. Let's talk about the wounded. And that's what we want to bring focus back to. I appreciate that because that's exactly what we want, the American people to focus on. We want our armed service members to be safer. We will have another evacuation. And if we don't start to focus on how to fix this, it will end in more casualties, and that's unacceptable.
Christy, Godspeed to you, your family, in particular your son. Thank you for being here.
Look, and then just throw her away. I have to save the rest for another video because I know y'all probably didn't come for that. But I gotta release, how I feel about this. This is disgusting. I mean, you brought this lady onto your platform to use her for some viral moment or some type of clip or notch in the belt against all your Trump deranged stories to say, yeah, see, even I interviewed one lady and she was against Trump from the Arlington Memorial. You guys are sickening. And this is why the media is not doing their job. You guys are not doing your job. You are constantly throwing out propaganda and just treating Trump like the big bad wolf, and nothing that he can do will be satisfying. This man literally had an assassination attempt on his life about a month and a half ago, and how we totally bury it and erase what just happened to him. It's just insane. It's insane how you guys can literally grow this type of hatred for one person. What he did was he went to honor soldiers. If any president had done that, that's fine. This should not be a story on CNN. This is why I can't rock with this station and this left-leaning stuff, because it's going to be somebody that's silly enough to regurgitate these talking points from Arlington and think it's a real issue. in an argument. Yeah, because he's so full of himself, he even took his cameras for a political purpose, instead of understanding why he was there in the first place. Donald Trump is the only one who brings up Afghanistan and says that that was a disaster. You don't hear from Kamala Harris. You don't hear from Biden. These were real people. And the real problem should be, why don't they say what happened there? Why don't they apologize for how that whole thing played out? But instead, you got this guy on here, I don't know his name, and he wants to sit up here and try to get this lady to say, yes, what Trump did was bad and it was an altercation, so that you can use her for a news story. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And you know what? This United States that we live in, for a lot of you Trump deranged folks, it's also disgusting. Just because somebody likes him doesn't mean you have to label somebody something. They can like him for a bunch of reasons, separate from why you hate him. I've said it before on one of my live streams. I think Democrats have a fatal attraction to Donald Trump. They love him so much that it's disgusting and it's sickening. Y'all watch everything that he does, and y'all will turn anything that he does good into bad. The real question here, and I'm going to end this video off. The real question is, where the hell was Kamala Harris? Why doesn't she show up to anything but a scripted rally that she's supposed to go to? And from what I heard, where she was in D.C., or her mansion in D.C., or wherever her mansion is, was not far away from the Arlington Memorial. So why couldn't she make time to go there, spend time with the families? Because it was a decision that she made with Biden. You know, Miss, I'm the last lady in the room, so I knew exactly what was going on. Why isn't this media station, or any left-wing media station, talking about why she's not going to these type of things? Why she should be going to these things? Why is it that we're always talking about what Trump is doing and what Kamala Harris is not doing?
Audio Jungle.
This is why I can't stand the media. Because they purposely will run this type of stuff right here. And they will lie to your face, and they purposely omit information so that they can keep you on this little string of lies. I'm out of here, man. Y'all can clearly see what's going on here. And this is why, I really hope that Trump wins in November. I won't be surprised if some crazy garbage comes out, but this man deserves to win, right? Whatever. We out of here. Trump 2024. Let's go. Like I say after every video, that this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's going to be a cold